it's time for some Friday fun. I'm Celine Kempton with CelineKempton.com, and I wanted to share with you a card that I made last week. And this week I thought that I would take this card to a different level. This one had copper embossing and a little Wink of Stella and copper ribbon on this one. But we're gonna, this week, because note cards are on sale, I wanted to show you note cards. Normally, note cards are $6 and you get 20 of them. And they come in a package with the envelopes and 20 note cards that are pre-scored for you. So you just find a little score mark and fold them. And I thought that they would make really sweet and cute cards fairly quickly. So I'm just going to bring in the stamp set. This is Painted Harvest, item 144783 in photopolymer. And I didn't put these on the blocks yet because I want to show you something. If you look on the transfer sheet, let's see, if you pull the transfer sheet off, you see the little L by my finger? These are set up to coordinate these three images so that the L goes one way. So what I did, and actually it's kind of funny, my block is still marked from last week, I lined the L up so that I know that when I stamp my images, they're going to end up in the right spot. So here, I'm going to add another L to this block. And now when I pull these off the transfer sheet, I'm going to keep the L in the same position and load them onto my transfer sheet. Now, got to remember when I'm putting them back to do the same thing, so not to lose where the L goes. But now I'm good to go, and this one is the fullest image, so I'm going to use the lightest color ink with this one, the So Saffron. And then I'm going to build up to this color, Crushed Curry. And I've already loaded a couple of other stamps on the block here. We've got the Sentiment, this cute little, it's like seeds. So I'm just going to jump right in. For this, I'm going to leave my note card unfolded for now and just stamp my sentiment in Early Espresso ink. It's really great to be able to see through so you can make sure that your image is straight. Isn't that pretty? So with the next stamp, I'm going to warn you before we even start that it doesn't look that great when you first stamp it. So the bottom layer is supposed to be imperfect. So as I go over the layers, you're going to notice that it doesn't come out like all that great. See how it's kind of... But when you layer it up with the other stamp, that's where the magic happens. So I'm just going to go right over the lines. I'm not even going to worry about if... in fact, it'll be kind of fun to stamp the back of it. And this is all with So Saffron ink pad and the thickest of the stamps. Now my L is on this side, so because I've started with that, I'm going to keep my L on that side the whole time, and I am going to just put a little mark right on top of the words. Now I'm going to bump in with Crushed Curry. You can do this with multiple colors. Just keep your L in the same place. Look at how pretty this is. It really comes to life. All you do is ink up and put the hole on top of where it is. And even if it's not perfect, look at, I'm off. It's gonna come out great and look beautiful. But I like the way that the first stamp, it does have those imperfections because it really fills this in. So beautiful. So these are on sale, both the Very Vanilla and the Whisper White, and they're 20 in a package, and now they're $5.10 for a 20 note card. It's such a good deal. So I'm going to come back to my Early Espresso, and again, I've got my little L from the transfer sheet, so I remember where I'm at. I'm going to stamp off on my paper and then stamp in the middle. And it is kind of light, so I'm going to do it a couple times for each of my flowers because in the middle, you'll notice that it moves around a little bit. So like, see how there's like a gap there? The second time that I stamp off and then stamp, it's gonna fill in that image a little bit better. So stamp off and stamp, and then find where there's like an imperfection, stamp off. So I am stamping with less ink. If I did this full strength, it would be way too dark. Stamp off and stamp. So here we go. This is my note card, and it's so simple. It doesn't really, it shouldn't have to take 2 hours to make a card. So I want to bring in some burlap ribbon, and I cut it off the roll first. So to measure it, I just literally grabbed my card and cut a little extra. And then what you do is you find where there's a big gap and you just cut up the middle all the way. So the sale on the note cards ends on Tuesday the 10th. That's the last day when you can get them at a discount, but they're really a good deal anytime. So that's how you get them all apart. But this whole piece of burlap will yield you like quite a few cards. I always joke though, it's like making a sweater. It gets a little fuzzy. So I'm gonna take 2 strands of the ones I already defuzzified. There's a new word, defuzzified. And then I'm just gonna tie this around and make a knot. So you tie it once and tie it twice to make your knot. I love taking a long time to make projects. I love the details and I love the techniques and I love the fancy stuff, but sometimes you just need a card and you need it quickly. This is a great card that anybody could stamp in quick order, and it's beautiful. You could make a set of them, and because the note cards already come with the envelopes, there's no extra fancy work. You could add some glitter, or you could add these little speckles if you wanted. I already tied my ribbon, so I'll have to move the ribbon around to show you what I mean, but don't forget to stamp off. Again, when you ink up with photopolymer, I am very careful with my touch. Like, I am barely touching the ink pad here. Stamp off, stamp on my project. Stamp off. So this is going to add a little bit of interest. Okay, that's it. What do you think? Thanks so much for stopping by today. I'll see you next week with another fun Friday. And if you want to grab your note cards at a discounted rate, again, they're on sale until October 10th, 2017. Otherwise, they're $6, which is still a steal for 20 cards. You can go to CelineKempton.com, and there'll be a link for you to place your order. Thanks so much. Have a great day.